Hello everyone, this is Daily Developing, and today we will continue learning Python. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Today I want to teach you guys what is else and else if statements. So for example, let's just say we're gonna put a percent grade. Let's just ask for the user to put in, okay, what is the grade that you received, like in percentage, right? And then we want to check, is this an A, is this a B, is this a C, D or F, right? So how would we do it? First, I would like to create an if statement and so if percent grade is more than or equal to 90, then we can print A. Now, for example, now we could also create, okay, now if percent grade is less than 90 and percent grade is more than or equal to 80, right? We could create something like that and say, now then you got a B, but this is going to be inefficient. And the reason why is I'll show you in a second. So currently what happens is, like for example, if we put 85, right? So it works, but this is inefficient. And the reason for this is you're always running these two operations. So in other words, all right, is this true? Check this condition and then also check this condition. So you always check both of these conditions, but they're mutually exclusive, right? If you got an A, you for a fact did not get a B. So for example, what we need to do is, oh, did you get an A? Then forget about this. Then I know you didn't get a B, because how can you get A and B at the same time, right? So for that reason, if we want to write that, we need to create an elif, which also stands else if. So in other words, is this true? Did you get more than 90? Sorry, more than or equal to 90. All right. Now, elif will run, okay, if this is not true, then is the percent grade more or equal to 80? Then print 80. So in this case, if this is true, if percent grade is not more than or equal to 90, then this will not run. Then it knows. So elif is basically you're saying they are mutually exclusive. If this is true, then don't run this. Right? And by the way, I don't know why I put 80. I did put B. And then you can create multiple elifs, right? So if percent grade is more than or equal to 70, right, then print C. Then if percent grade is more than or equal to 60, then print D, right? And then the last one is, we don't need any more elif, you can say else print F, right? So basically, we don't need to check anything, right? We know that you got less than 60. So, right? Because if it's not more than or equal to 60, we know it's less than 60. So we don't even have to check. We know it's an F. Okay. So yeah, I mean, right now, why this would be more efficient than just writing a bunch of if statements is this is more efficient. If let's say your grade is 95, right? Let's just say we put 95. What happens here is it's only going to run one if statement. It's just going to run this. It's going to check, is it more than or equal to 90? Yes. So now let's skip this whole thing. We're not going to run it. We're not even going to check it. So this way we only run one operation. Well, two actually, right? I mean, input and then check this. And we're going to skip all these four. So this is why elifs are actually way more efficient. It saves a lot of operations. We can kind of say, okay, if this is not true, is this true? Okay, so if it's more than 80, skip the rest. This is more than 70, skip these two. And if this is it, skip this, right? Skip the else statement. And then if none of them are true, all right. That's why we put else at the end, right? You cannot put else above. It has to go in the end. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please put thumbs up. It helps me in the YouTube algorithm. Also, subscribe and hit the notification bell, so every time when I release new YouTube videos, you'll get notified and you're not going to miss out. So see you next time.